Hi friends, this is Susie, your Candy Crush guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 3332 as a special dedication to Janelle, who's a little bit confused as to how this works, and honestly, looking at this, I'm not quite sure either, or how it's ever going to be able to work in 10 moves. But that's what I'm here to do, is to explore, to discover, to figure out how in 10 moves I can collect 2 ingredients. I've got one here, it needs to get down here, and I've got one here, it just needs to be dropped in, but I've got sugar chests here. So I need to collect these sugar keys, but I've got not only this licorice but more set to come down, and I've got marmalade over here. It's not pretty. I do have Frog to help me, but he's off to the corner, and so I can't really fill him very easily. I have to figure out how best to use this board, and it's probably going to take a while. So if you just want to see me beat this level, I'd advance to the last probably 2 minutes of the recording. Otherwise, this is going to be just kind of a lesson in how to get this done for all of us, me included. Now, this doesn't seem to be filling in with any licorice, which is nice. I've made a stripe out of him so I can set him off and he'll take out some licorice. So it looks like, let's do this. I'm going to place this here. This looks like the best place to go. I could go here, I could go here, I could go here. I was thinking when I first saw this I would want to go here. So here's the thing, these licorice dispensers don't seem to be operating, which is good news for us. Because if they were, this would just keep filling in. It would be impossible to get anywhere. So I was able to collect one key, but only one key, because of course I didn't have the opportunity to get any of the sugar keys. Now that I know what's going on a little bit more, maybe I can play this more wisely. So I'd like to fill the frog right away. Unfortunately, I can't. And I'm not sure what good this is, except maybe it can be used to help over here. So I think I'm going to ignore that for now. Ooh, let's see if I can get a color bomb. A nope. I'm having a hard time just matching him up with more orange, which is really painful when I have so few moves. Alright, so even though I kind of know now what to do, getting it done is going to be tough. Yeah, I just made that stripe because, hey, why not? I didn't fill him and I should have. Alright, so let's go ahead and try again. At that point in time, I think it was just too long to wait. I do have no more lives. I will be right back. I do have an unlimited stripe booster also for a certain amount of time, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to try to do this without boosters. My problem is that I'm not getting any orange right next to this guy. Now, I actually have the opportunity to exit and enter without losing any lives, as long as I do so before I take a turn. So if I don't like this setup for me, I can exit and come back in, and I still have my 5 lives. Not everybody has that, so I'm not going to try to do that again to set this up any better than it currently is. I just wanted to show you that if you can do that, I highly recommend it. I think I need to focus on this frog, but I'm not quite sure, and of course focusing on the frog means actually being able to set it up. And I normally have to make about 3 matches to get him filled before we can move him. And then once I move him, it's going to be harder to move him again because now he's in this somewhat isolated area. Although I can do this, that's helping a bit. And I did get this, and look at that. When that stripe went off, it also collected any green that had been around, because it hit the frog. When it hit any other green, it also attributed it to the frog. So I'm able to collect this one ingredient here, but that's as much as I can do easily. Maybe if I can fill the frog more quickly, I'll have a chance to use him in an area where I can also get this other ingredient collected. So let's see how I can do that. Again, no blue over here, but maybe while I'm filling him, I can make some specials that attack this side as well. Ooh, I could do a stripe combo to clear this out, or I could do a color bomb and it would take out the most prevalent color, which is probably orange, which would kind of do the same thing, and might also have a bigger effect on this frog. Well, it did this, but it didn't have a bigger effect on the frog. I have to fill him manually. Here we go. I think this is still the best option. trying to fill him again this way and collect this. But I'm only getting one of these. How in the world is this going to work? So I'll do this, and I collect that key. I still have more keys to collect, and I am just stuck here now with this frog. Wow. So it looks like, Janelle, what's going to happen is we're going to have extraordinary luck. You've seen me fail several times, so now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to exit here. I'm going to pause the recording, and I'm going to come back in and only show you the levels that I find are particularly instructive in some way, like I got really close and this is how I did it, or actually show you the win. So we don't spend too much time on this one tutorial, and so you see the meat of what can really help you with this. I'm going to try again to do it without boosters, but this is a tricky one with only 10 moves. I'll meet you back here with a better opportunity. Okay, so I did a little bit of research and I found out that we used to have 22 moves on this level, which does not surprise me at all. And it will be surprising if I'm able to get this done without boosters. But every once in a while you get an extraordinary setup where all of a sudden everything just falls into position, and that's what I have to hope for here. So I think I could try to pick him up and move him here. I don't think he goes on to there. He does not. So I have to move him here, which is an awful spot. And I can't get him filled. So I have to figure out a way down here. So I think that this is a turning point. I am going to readjust my strategy and see if that helps. I'll be back here again with a new board. Oh, well, that's handy to get a color bomb. I'm just going to go ahead and collect all orange. What I want to do, the reason I came for a new strategy, is I want to try to open this up to see if this is the way I'm supposed to go. I'll clear this out first, and it's bringing these in, and then I've got an easier place where I can fill him and still probably collect some keys as I go, right, to get this part done. So I'm going back and forth here, seeing what might happen, trying to clear this out and fill the frog all at once to get him moved. I couldn't get that key. Well, maybe... I still needed another key. Okay, but I got closer, right? I got significantly, hopefully closer. So let me pause the recording and try again. Okay, I can't get to the frog right away, but maybe that's okay. I don't have a lot of green, so I'm taking out the green I have on the board. There we go. We got a color bomb. Immediately, I'm going to go ahead and match it with blue to open this up. This is looking a bit more hopeful. I'm going to take him right away and move him to here. And now I can do this stripe combo, which is going to help in lots of different ways. And hopefully we'll fill him again. There we go. And now I'm going to move him to here, actually, and keep trying to get these keys. I've turned him into a wrapped, so the keys are getting collected. There we go. Keys are getting collected. I think I got it. So it's focusing on this section here and not this section here first that will help us complete this level. So it took a while to experiment and try different strategies, try to figure out what best would work. When I was figuring out those strategies, I played, I think, 14 times trying to put the frog into different positions. Then once I said, I think that this is my new strategy and I'm going to try this, it only took me 3 attempts. So Janelle, hopefully this will help show you that it can be done. Now it still took me 3 attempts even though I knew what to do. So obviously there was some luck involved. I did happen to have a fairly decent setup in the beginning and things flowed my way. It could happen on your first try once you understand the strategy, your third try, your 30th try. I'm not saying that 3 is typical, but that's how it worked out for me. If this was helpful to you folks, I'd ask that you consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thanks for watching.